on LinkedIn, it's going to be visible. And that is that fear, because we don't have control over it. Because if we are starting from zero LinkedIn, when you see this mindset, if we are going to post now and we already have colleagues, friends, family, we're not going to post. There's going to be a fear. But if you're going to go from the scratch, maybe even with a different name, you won't have that fear because people don't know you, right? It's in the head because we want to be liked. It's in a human nature. We want to be accepted in the society. It's like an animal tribe, but we evolved from animals. So we want to feel belonging. It's natural. It's common. That's why even I see creators spend years on LinkedIn. They still feel that fear and they're playing safe. And safe is not being chosen. Safe is being tasteless. No one is choosing safe. Even if you put so great thoughts, so great ideas, anyone can.
Before we dive into today's episode, please hit that subscribe button. Your support helps us grow and inspire more people on their journeys. Thank you. Hello, Martina. Thank you for joining us today and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Thomas. I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you. Let's move forward this.
So, Martina, for those who don't know you, can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Martina Kikic, originally from Croatia, but living in Dubai for the past almost 10 years. The journey was everything but not normal. Like every year brought me something unexpected. Not year, like every day is bringing something new. So when someone tells me you need to have a 5-year plan, it's like, what? I don't have 5-minute plan. What do you mean 5-year plan? So yeah, my journey even in Dubai and before Dubai was always unexpected. So I was even working with the senior executives before. I was right hand to the founders, C-suite level. And that's where I realized their habits, their pain, and especially mind pain also at that time. Whenever I was trying to find a job, my fits, LinkedIn didn't give me much opportunity where per old book, school, textbook, manual. I was applying, rejected, apply, reject, apply, reject, and playing a ping pong with that thing until one day when I decided just out of blue to post something random. It was like a code. When I see nowadays, it's like, wow, seriously? But I got like a 30 likes and it was like, oh, wow, okay, this is interesting. So I posted another day and another day I got like around 30 likes. So it's like, okay. And then one day I got 2 million impressions. And I was like, okay, maybe there is something into all of this. And that's how I decided to check what is this LinkedIn about? What is connecting with people? Why people resonate with one post, not with another one? And at that time, I was posting mostly about leadership and management content, which sooner after that, UAE even got me on their ranking list of being number one in the UAE for this content based on the favicon. And people start asking me, how are you doing this, Martina? What is the trick inside of this? And no, I won't going to lie. I was part of the few communities because I wanted to learn more. And all of that then got me to the path of telling people how I'm doing it, and then realized, okay, Martina, why you shouldn't actually do this for others? You actually have an offer for others. And that's the point where I realized that I have so much knowledge of the previous communities. And okay, now I know what's actually working, what's not working out along the way. It's like, okay, let me give some offer from my end. And especially because when I started, no one told me why something doesn't work for me. And this is what makes me different in the entire this story is where I call this wiring assessment on the beginning of my session, where I actually map how you think, how you operate, what might come difficult for you on LinkedIn. Is that commenting, writing, messaging people, connecting? What feels that you are not you on LinkedIn? Once I know those gaps, I can suggest you, systems for you. And this is how I started. I'm working with the senior executives with C-suite level, literally what they earned on such a hard way offline to translate online. That was my gap before, and I realized so many other people are missing this. They're applying and being rejected, applying, rejected. But give something additional to that CV. Put yourself, in front of others, stand out. And yes, even like now, yesterday, my previous client told me, I got accepted in Abu Dhabi. I'm starting from 1st of September. I was like, oh, wow, okay. So results compound even weeks and months after we finished. And this is like the best part for me, though. So yeah, that's
fulfilling,
me.
isn't it?
Yeah. Not a short answer, but...
Give us a bit of perspective. When was it that you actually started on the platform?
I started in October 2024.
Because I think it's always useful or helpful to remind when you started or for how long you've been showing up or posting, because I think people want quick results and overnight successes.
That's true. And my journey, I would say it was a bit longer just because I was, as I said, I started with the leadership and management positioning, creating that consistency in that niche, and then I changed to personal branding and thought leadership, which is completely another niche. And people think, oh, you started 2024. Yes, but I started with one positioning. And with one positioning, you need a couple of months to gain traction. And now imagine if you change your positioning, you're basically starting from zero. You have a different audience. You have a different followers already built before. But I took this as a challenge. And I'm glad that I did, because soon after me being ranked number one in leadership management, I was ranked even in personal branding, which I believe it's more helpful for people, because I feel that people are also frustrated with these AI boots and, who is being chosen and not on this LinkedIn. So that they know real psychology, how to create that trust, how to connect before hitting that connect button. Yeah, that is.
I agree. And I think what's important is that if there is a demand and if it's something that you enjoy, that's what's the most important, isn't it?
Exactly. I do enjoy positioning others, just because I was clueless. I wish that someone showed me. I wish that someone introduced me to right people, but I was never part of those networks. And always somehow people, even with a half of my experiences, you got chosen over me. I was like, seriously, how this guy? I mean, look at this CV, look at my CV. Why?
Yeah, I know.
So I was always frustrated. And yes, I didn't have a network of people. That was, again, the most frustrating part. And then I realized, look, Martina, if no one is going to introduce you to people, you make sure that your name is out there. So you will become undeniable. You're going to create those circles of people. You don't need to wait that someone is going to introduce you. You might not be coming from wealthy family, powerful family, or I don't know in which ways you come to those circles. You be who you are and someone is going to notice you. And for that, it takes a bit of time, but it's also a strategy. How you're going to approach those people, where you're going to comment, how you're going to write your post, how your profile is going to signalize to those people. Everything matters. But once everything is hit, you are going to enter to those circles. I know to say, I might not enter those circles through the front door, but I created my back door and the window,
Exactly. And as long as you continue, you are creative, you are yourself, and you do the work. Of course, it might not happen immediately or that quickly as people wish, but if you continue, it will work.
And especially if you follow all psychological signals, that is part of my advisory as well. I have a 6 weeks throughout the 6 hours going in a depth of each person and each person industry, their thoughts, their expertise, showing what's actually working. As actually today I posted for who is not my advisory, who I'm not coaching. And those are people who want a viral content, not to actually matter in the right circles. Sorry, this is not me. I can guide you to person who will give you that. And I know what is that type of the content. Sorry, I'm not promoting this. I'm not for that. Because that is going to give you flashy numbers, flashy impressions and likes, but zero on account. And the zero deals are people going to choose you. No, that's not me. Sorry. So
just the comparison game with the numbers, isn't it?
Exactly. And just feeding ego. It feels nice. I won't lie. It feels nice. But at the end, are you here to chase flashy numbers, or, I mean, are you wasting your time on LinkedIn just because of those flashy numbers? I mean, everyone chooses for themselves. Yes.
That is true, and important that everyone, of course, has different goals on LinkedIn. So one person may have this goal, the other person different one. So you never know what that person is chasing, and also you don't compare yourself to others because you never know what's behind it and what's the whole context.
Exactly. But when you understand each platform, I know to say to those who are for a viral content, I know to say to that person, LinkedIn is networking app. What does networking app wants from you? To network. Can you?
It sounds obvious, but
It's obvious, right?
obvious.
Why to network? To get something out of that network. I mean, when I studied the philosophy, so when you go deeper in the question, what is for LinkedIn platform, it's quite obvious that they don't want us just to create content, post and goes. They obviously want us to connect with a purpose, network with a purpose. So that's why I know to say, if those flashy numbers matter to you, work parallel with another social media content platform, because here it will work way better, way faster, and way easier if you use for what platform is built for. And that is for networking. So let's network instead of creating flashy numbers.
I agree. You go TikTok, Instagram, or something. And Martina, before we discussed like when you started trying to build your brand, your name to grow your network. And I know it's for me it's a bit obvious, but in case there are people who still don't know how to do that first step or how to start, or maybe they're even scared. So what would you advise them? Like how to start, like build that network, grow connections and everything? Because I know connect with people, comment, but if there's like someone scared or they don't know, what would you advise?
Being scared, it's a mindset issue. This is not a LinkedIn strategy issue, and I completely understand because I was scared.
I was scared as well.
You of what? What have you been scared of?
No, like everyone, put yourself out there, what people are going to think. I would say
Yeah.
those kind of
What if
regular fears.
what if no one comes and like my content? Like, am I feeling like, is it stupid then? It's like, yeah, I literally thought before I hit this first publish button, I thought the world is going to stop spinning. Like everyone are going to stop and laugh at me. And that was even on my previous last workplace. And I was thinking like, wow, my colleagues are going to see this. How I'm going to, just come in front of them. They're going to all, say, oh, Martina posted something on LinkedIn. I was so scared. I was scared. Yes, what people are going to think. It's completely different mindset when you see from any other social media. And we don't have an issue to come on Instagram. Maybe even hit comment on Instagram, because that comment most likely won't be visible to anyone in your circle. But on LinkedIn, it's going to be visible. And that is that fear, because we don't have control over it. Because if we are starting from zero LinkedIn, when you see this mindset, if we are going to post now and we already have colleagues, friends, family, we're not going to post. There's going to be a fear. If you're going to go from the scratch, maybe even with a different name, you won't have that fear because people don't know you, right? Yeah. It's in the head, because we naturally, we want to be liked. It's in a human nature. We want to be accepted in the society. It's like a animal tribe, but we evolved from the animals. So we want to feel belonging. It's natural. It's common. That's why even I see creators spend years on LinkedIn, they still feel that fear and they're playing safe. And safe is not being chosen. Safe is being tasteless. No one is choosing safe. Even if you put like so great thoughts, so great ideas, anyone can Google it. Anyone can go in Claude and find out that. If there is no you inside, what is the point? I know to say, so what? What will I do with that? If I wanted to know about this, I would go to Claude and find out by myself. What do you have to offer more than Claude would offer me? Why should I read this when I can read this on Claude? Faster and probably even better version. It's not like just like these small posts, and I can even prompt to give me even more responses to elaborate.
Faster and easier, I know. I agree.
And yes, and it's per my pace. I might, ask about something else in the same time. But if you give me your expertise, how did you feel along the way? What are the signals that you noticed during that issue problem? How did you solve it? Because it's easy, to ask Claude, give me steps how I can solve this issue. But that Claude doesn't have your expertise once you tried it once. And this is where you share your experience with others. Same way, and it's not some rocket science, I know to say, the same way as you would after that tough day, you would call your friend, you will call your mama, and you will say, you won't believe what happened to me today. Boss threw me in the fire. I think it was on purpose. Look what he gave me today. And at the end of a day, he even thanked me publicly. Wow, seriously? What a story. Definitely way, way better than if it would come from Claude. Did you notice this as well?
You mean like when you share your own experience or at some kind of, of course. After all, that's the reason why I follow someone. I can go to, as you said, Claude or any other AI for information, but I follow the person because maybe I like the way they write. I like kind of unique approach or perspective they add to that content. So I agree. I think it also answered one of my next questions is, how to stand out on the platform, which you said perfectly. You need to be unique. You need to be yourself and just something different because there is competition, there is AI, there are other people. So you need to have something unique.
I know even to say there is no competition because you are 1 in a billion. No one is like you.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So there is no competition.
But not everyone realizes that.
Yes. There is no one like you. It took me a while. I won't deny. It took me a while to open myself. Even after I was named the top creator in the UAE, even at that point, I wasn't feeling fully myself. There was still that fear. And also I see that fear. What if I open myself too much and I repel people? What if I won't have enough deals? What if I will limit myself with clients, with possible employers? All valid fears. I had them too. But the thing is that months of playing that game brought me zero clients, 0 deals. As soon as I opened myself, over the night, I have no idea, over the night, pipeline opened. It's not over the night. Obviously, I was building my content, but I still wasn't myself. As soon as I let go my voice, and when I started even recording lives, like for example, this one podcast, people could connect with me more. Because one thing is placing a random photo or placing even a photo of yourself. And another thing is when people can feel you, when people can see your energy, your persona. They see like, oh, this is not a random person. It's not like that she's like alien. No, she's normal.
Yeah, you're right, because I can feel it as well. That it's different when you see photos or just posts or the profile, and then you actually speak with someone like we are now, because it's a completely different. It's, I don't know, not hard to describe, but just like different interaction. Although of course it's not in person, but it's online. But it's just different than looking at the photos and everything. So it was a great point, and I agree.
That's what people don't understand about LinkedIn. Treat it as you would speak to a friend. Of course, to a friend, you're never aggressive, you're never rude, you're appreciating your friend. The same way LinkedIn works. This is networking. Imagine you're standing in front of your best friend. That's how you're going to write a comment. That's how you're going to write a post, as you would talk to a friend, your best friend. That's the entire philosophy in one word: friend. Everything. Because when you see, friend creates trust. But if you're playing like you're talking to a president of the country and you're trying to perform, it won't land. You don't need to be someone else who you are not.
It's funny when you imagine some of those comments that are super formal in a way that no one ever speaks in real life, and imagine someone is speaking with you like that.
Even I don't have anything against AI, by the way. I'm not using for LinkedIn. I'm not using for comments. I do use for other things, yes. But even I know to argue with Claude, and I'm like, who speaks like this? No one speaks like this. Why are you giving me like this? And then like I'm getting a response, you're right, I apologize. I was like, I already told you not to do this. You have this in a memory. Why are you still talking like this?
I know, I agree.
So even
it's a fun experience with these comments. A quick note before we continue. One of the things I've realized from hosting this podcast is that I spend a lot of time thinking about the conversations long after they end. That's one of the reasons I started Unproduced, a solo podcast where I share ideas, lessons, observations, and questions I'm still figuring out myself. If you'd like to check it out, you'll find the link in the description. Now, back to the episode. And Martina, what would be your advice for people to find their first clients on the platform? Or actually, it doesn't need to be only first one, but even people who struggle to find clients.
I would say first start by knowing who you are. Because I have even people on the calls, they still don't know who they want to become. They don't know in what industry they want to go next. So first of all, you need to know who you are, because it's going to save you loads of time. As I told you, I repositioned myself and just, took me way longer to come here where am I right now. Own that positioning. You don't need to go very niche down into what you are doing, not necessarily, but own your field. So for example, if you are a doctor, you're posting everything from being a doctor. You can't come next day and become an engineer. Two different industries, right?
Yeah.
And I see people are doing this because if doctor doesn't work, they're going to jump into engineer because they see cybersecurity is working. No, this is mixing a lot, and your LinkedIn is going to work against you. So first of all, know who you are. Secondly, optimize your profile. Now LinkedIn can read your profile and position you based on your profile in front of people you want to attract. And at the same time, those people are going to be visible to you just because LinkedIn is matching who you're serving and who you are to those groups of people. Before, you even had to write hashtags. Now that is not the case. You don't need to write hashtags in your post because there is a search bar, people. There is you can type the keyword, you can type any word. Hashtags really don't make any sense. It's Yeah, 10 years
It's
ago.
like Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. It was before, it was useful because it would categorize posts, but now really don't make any sense. And even more than that, your LinkedIn is actually matching your profile to your audience, and it's going to be visible to you. Third, even if you don't see that, your feed is going to signalize them. If you see the content of people that you're not serving, you don't want to see, unfollow those people, say not interested. Well, teach the algorithm, teach the LinkedIn who you want to serve, and it's going to show you more. How it's going to show you more? When you comment to those people. That is again signal to LinkedIn. She's interested into this group of people. Let's put more people in front of her. First of all, you need to be visible. Fourth, comment, comment, comment. Comment, comment, comment to all your ideal clients, to your peers. Don't you just, be there being pretty. Just, share value, give something. It's nice that you are pretty and that profile photo is awesome, great. But put something, useful, helpful for other people. Share everything. I know to say share everything. Because if you share enough, someone is going to say, wow, if she already shared so many in the posts. And usually why compounding is working, because if someone sees you after third month of you posting, they're going to scroll through all your posts. They're going to read all of that. And if you shared so much, they're going to think like, wow, this person is already giving so much. I want to work with this person because what she will give me personalized for me, this is brilliant. People typically are intimidated by people who are, creating this false urgency and scarcity without giving anything. I know to say like they're giving in a post bone without the meat, just throwing something, but without nothing. And it's like, okay, what I'm going to do now with this? You just gave me something without actionable what I can do. You basically just gave me a bone without the meat. So what I'm going to eat now? Just a bone? No.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
So comment, 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 and then you're going to see that those people are going to visit your profile because of the headline that it's standing in front of you below your name. You're going to check your profile, see well-optimized profile, check your posts, and then they're going to either connect with you, send a message, or even start following you, liking your content, and that's your entrance, how you can see them. Those are signals. You reach them out. You're not pitching at the first message. You're not offering anything. You're being human, like a dating. You're not proposing. You won't propose your girlfriend on a first date. I mean, in some culture, it is like that. But I know you say this mostly for the Westerns. They're going on at least 2-3 dates before actually start even dating or thinking about the marriage. So I would definitely suggest, just developing a nurturing relationship before jumping to that call. Discover what is the pain, what you can offer even now. Maybe record the Loom video, maybe send free PDF. Just share, give something before you ask for yourself. Create that safe zone in another person. That is the real deal.
I like it and I agree. I would just add, be also patient because it takes time. You need to, or at least try to build some kind of trust, which also takes time, and be realistic because people often get a lot of pitches. So it's likely that you are not the only one. So firstly, again, be patient. And secondly, as you said, try to be creative. For example, Loom video or something else, because if everyone pitches something same, something similar, try to come up with something that stands out and that is somehow different, and give them the reason to be the one that they choose in the end.
Exactly.
Also, as we spoke about this, such as the profile, I just wanted to mention that I really like your branding on your profile. I think that colors that you chose, just to me it looks really cool. So well done on that.
Thank you so much. I had a different styles I want in eye. I was always experimenting, but then at the end, you need to show yourself in which circle you belong. Visual identity matters a lot. If you are also posting pictures of you only from cafes, don't expect that on the next call you're going to close a client for $10,000. People want to see who you are. This is psychology. People want to see in which circle you belong and keep it consistent. So yes, I wanted to be a bit different. Mine was always green color like yours. So we are very
Greens.
Team Greens, yes. Anyway, my company name, I called it the PSOS Consultancy, because in the depth of why I call it was exactly people are hustling so much every day that they forgot what true peace is. And
that is true.
They're trying to calm them by shopping, more money, more hustling. Then families are suffering, their health is suffering. So they're going to gain so much money, and after 20 years, they're going to spend that money to make them healthy again, or trying to, repair the
Catch
time.
up with what they lost in the meantime.
Lost time with their children who are already grown ups. It doesn't need to be that way. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
So if I can share something, where was my struggle and how I solved that struggle to make an ease for someone else, I'm all for that. I know to say people, it's good to hire consultants, advisors, because we cannot know everything by ourselves, but we can enrich ourselves by hiring those people to help us on our journey. You don't need to take one course on personal branding, another course in the finance, third course in investment, fourth course. It will take so much time, when actually a person who went through all of that can actually tell you in a few strategic hours. You don't need to go through all of that alone. I was that person, by the way, before, and I wasted so much time. Then I realized that is the beauty of our society. We are all different in different industries. And that is the point. We can always support each other.
I agree. Saves time, headache, and tears looking back. And then also, as we spoke about the profile, something that I remember and I find interesting and was curious about, that in your tagline, you say that you are, I think, allergic to LinkedIn nonsense. So in your eyes, what is a LinkedIn nonsense? Or, I mean, I have some ideas maybe as well, but what would you say?
Oh man, this is so deep question. Symptoms are different. Symptoms are very different. Yeah, I get rash if I see obvious AI. If I see obvious, why when I say AI, I don't have anything against people who are using AI. All cool, preference of each person. But obvious, it's when it's so abstract. When it's like copy and paste textbook. When it's so abstract that I'm thinking, does this author even know what he wrote inside? Or maybe it's confusing even for the author. Did he read this? I don't know. Does that person actually understand it? That is first symptom. I'm getting rash instantly. And then what can I even comment on that post?
So summarize it like they do, like a summary of the post, and just agree with that.
And that's what I see. That's what I see, that people who opt for those type of the posts, first of all, feel safe when you talk abstract. You're not talking to reader in your voice. You think it's safer. People are going to like you, but people can't like you because they don't understand you. How they're going to like you? I mean, even if they understand and disagree, at least they're going to leave. But like this, they're confused. They cannot make any judgment about you. Do they like you or not? So it's safe. In what sense it's safe? What safe means then? What is a safe content?
I feel like it's just to fill the content that I don't know, doesn't
I know to
insult
say,
anyone, that everyone likes and that everyone agrees with, I guess.
writing too many words without saying anything.
It's like those AI comments that give you the whole paragraph. I read it, and at the end I'm like, okay, thank you, you summarized my post, I don't know what to say now.
Exactly. And then what I see, those people typically are senior people, and they don't see any traction, very low impressions, few maybe likes, and then they boost that post. They promote, they pay,
Oh yeah.
and still they're stuck with 5 likes and 2 comments, even if that. And they keep paying just to, feel a bit better about themselves and about that post, that at least 5 more people like, and they're going to kill that boosting. But the problem with the boosting post is LinkedIn is saying, boost your post to something, in a sense, to promote to people who matter. How LinkedIn is going to know to whom is going that post if you're not writing for those people? If your profile is not optimized for those people, to whom is going to show that post when you boost it? And you're boosting
It's a good
for
question.
your clients, for maybe your peers. To whom is going to show? Maybe it's totally someone random outside of your industry. You're maybe financial director, and your post is going to be pushed to doctors.
Yeah.
And you keep paying for what? Your profile must be optimized well and signalized well with your post. That might work with the boosting. But if you have nailed down those two, you don't need boosting your post because the right people are going to find you.
It's like to get the foundation right first. Similar when people look for some advice how to grow or this and that, and then you see that they don't really have optimized profile or content strategy, or not even posting like a quality content in the first place, but still they want that secret that makes them grow overnight or something like that. Which is sad, but it's true. Then Martina, of course, just to be aware of time, you briefly mentioned a piece OS before. So just can you tell us a bit more about it, to maybe tease it more, introduce it a bit more, in so that people are curious to discover more about it and to promote it a bit as well.
The piece OS is, I posted more before about it, and I'm posting once in a while, nudging people to be in peace with each other. I see so many wars, battles in offices. It's incredible.
Toxic cultures.
People are coming with knots in their stomachs to those workplaces. What I notice, people have less and less patience for each other. They are not trying to walk in the shoes of another person. We are all coming with a different backgrounds, mindsets, cultures. We cannot know why certain person said this and this way, and you were expecting something else. Be more understandable towards others. Forgive. Just move on. As you would like to be forgiven, forgive others. Just move forward. Just live at peace. I see so many people trying to escape those guilts and feeling of choking them into again hurting someone else. And that is never-ending circle of hurt. We have been hurt, then coming back home, hurting our families. And then those family members are going to hurt someone else. But if we break that circle by forgiving, understanding, saying, look, buddy, I know that you're under stress. completely fine. I know that you needed a punchy bag, and that was me right now. Look, all good. I will move on. That person is going to take that and see, wow, she understood me. I saw numerous times when I did this, people would actually stop calmly and went through their day in a way different direction, just because someone offered them that moment of, call it grace, call it anyhow, just, I understand you. I know from where these come from. Maybe even if you don't understand, just try to understand. People don't even realize how many different personalities are out there, how many different, even people who created different attachments throughout their childhood, and they're not aware. We all think that people are like ourselves, coming with our background, that they will all think like we are thinking, that they're all going to feel like we are feeling. No, we're all different. You can't compare others to yourself. But if you are keep showing that grace, it's universal peace for everyone. Offer aggression, and the circle is just moving on, never endless. Cut that circle of aggression. So that's why I call the company the PSOS. As you know, I started posting leadership and management content, and I just wanted to create a better place in the offices and the workplaces where you don't need to hurt others to be promoted. You don't need to hurt others just to stand out. And the same principle works also in the positioning that I'm right now for the personal branding. You're not going to go against your competitors. You're actually commenting and being friends with your competitors. You're commenting under your competitors. Why? Because their clients might be just as your clients if they see you under their comments. Why?
Yeah,
Why
true.
not to be there? Be friends with your competitors. People don't
Be
realize
smart.
this, right? So I know to say there is a piece of cake for everyone out there, even if you're a friend with your competitor. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to share your secrets. You're not sharing your secrets to everyone. So you're not sharing, you know what you're sharing, what you don't share. But at the end, we can all live in a balanced world, in a harmonized world. We don't need to be rude just to be in our way. Try to understand the other person. Try to see from a different angle. Yeah, now someone might think this is so much work. No, if you care about the other person, it's going to come naturally. But if you think only I matter, only I and I matter in the world, of course, not only that it's going to be bad for someone else, it's going to be worse for you. You're going to feel that guilt and that sleepless nights, and you won't know why. You know why. It's just a matter of hearing that painful truth. But after you realize that truth and start working on it, it's going to be better. It's going to release you. It's going to make you free. And that is all what is the PSOS. It's an operating system. It's going to guide you throughout your life. And the personal branding stuff that I'm doing, positioning, translating your offline hard-earned reputation, expertise to be visible in today's digital world where AI is rushing and growing with each day. I mean, it's a must in today's world. It's a must.
Become more and more relevant. Yeah, it's a really nice mission, why, and purpose. So I'm glad I asked it. I hope that people will hear this and makes them think about it, because I agree. I think you don't see it as much, and it's not relevant only for LinkedIn, but even outside life and pretty much everywhere. So it's really a great mission. And Martina, just to be aware of time, I want to ask you kind of lighter question. So what is it that you enjoy doing in your free time, or what are some of your hobbies?
Free time. I do like praying, as I have now rosary. I always have rosary
Oh.
with me.
Are you
Yes.
praying for this conversation for
No, I
something?
was, I was having in a pocket. At one point, it's like, oh no, this is not going well. No, I pull it. I'm like, I have to have it in my hand. And then you start asking
I thought
about the
like,
pieces.
oh, I hope when this ends or something like that. I was like, come on.
It's like, no, this is not going well. And then you asked me about the PSOS. I was like, okay, the PSOS. I know this.
No. You said it really well, and I'm actually glad that I asked you that question. It was really nice.
Okay, good. It worked. So yes, every day after I finish with LinkedIn post, I'm going outdoor 1 hour, no matter even if it's outdoor 46 degrees right now. I'm outdoor, I'm walking for 1 hour, no phone, no gadgets, nothing, rosary, prayer. This is like my alone time with God, with Jesus. This is who I become, me, to recalibrate and to, again, be at peace. Because so many people throughout the day, so many clients, so many demands, emails, messages, you need to know your center and where to come back. So this is one thing. I do like from the hobbies. I had so many hobbies. I like knitting, like, but it
Oh
takes
yeah.
so much time for that. Yeah, so I stopped that. What else? Yeah, it's all about LinkedIn, friends, family, just not to miss those kids growing up, and yeah, just to be around kids. I love kids. In this building, we have so many kids. So I'm not married. I don't have my own kids. I do love spending time with my brothers and sisters' kids. But in this building, we have so many young kids. So whenever I catch time, I just go down and I will see someone and I just, go around and play with them.
Yeah.
Kids are giving me so much energy. I love being around kids. So this is my hobby, just spending time with kids. Yes, this is me.
Yeah. Nice. And do you read any books? And if so, have you got any recommendations?
I do. I have a full suitcase of unread books over there. It's like I don't know where to keep them anymore. Everything is
collecting dust.
No, it's in a suitcase. It's not even collecting dust anymore. It's in a suitcase.
Okay. Yeah.
I figured it out that dust doesn't help. I do like to read. I wish that I had more time. I do like philosophy, psychology, anything what real people experienced. I even also don't like random movies. I like always to see which one is based on a true story. This is a random thing. If it's not based on a random story, it's just not something random. I want that easily go to see something new. So I always want to be inspired by other people, and that gives me motivation as well.
Is there then a specific book or movie that inspired you or that you remember?
Recently now, a few days back, I watched Sarah's Oil. It's a beautiful movie. Totally recommended. It's
I have no idea, so I will have a look.
Okay, then I won't spoil. I won't tell you about what it is.
We can do a teaser.
Teaser?
Or like to make us excited to have a look what it is.
Oof. If I say a teaser, I'm going to say everything.
No, okay. It's up to you. Don't worry.
So on the end of the movie, it's mentioned even Rockefeller, the richest man.
Okay.
And it's starting with the Black family who at that time weren't appreciated in the US. And on the end, you will have a Rockefeller.
Okay, we'll have
now
a look.
Connect those two.
Then, Martina, we discussed it, but can you please summarize where people can find you, follow you, and promote any of your services?
Of course, you can find me obviously on LinkedIn. Feel free to send me a connection request, say that you saw me over here, how you can work with me. 6 weeks, 6 hours. I map exactly based on how you operate. So even if commenting comes hard to you, don't worry. I've been through that. I will show you systems how you can make yourself easier life. If you stare at a blank screen, don't know what to write, I have a system for that. Don't worry, I got you. There is nothing weird that I didn't went through or that I didn't hear. So you don't need to be scared to reach out to me. I know one girl told me, "Oh, you accepted my connection request. You're so massive." It's like, no, I'm still a person over here, normal. No, she was shaking. I was like, okay, no, so don't be scared. I'm a normal person over there. It might be intimidating for some people, that many followers, but these are just followers. And you might starting from 0, but after 6 months, you might have the same follower rate. So this is really relevant.
Don't forget that we've all been there.
We all been
started
there.
At the bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just hit that connect button with me, and we're going to start from there. Don't be intimidated if I send a message. You can reply. You can, be there.
Yeah.
To the normal. Try not to use AI for messages. I would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
try not to mess up the name. We appreciate it
as well. Preach me at the first, please. So yes, this is me. Thank you, Thomas, for having me here. Though I really enjoyed talking with you. I hope that you enjoyed as well. And,
of course I did.
Yeah,
and
you did.
I appreciate your time, and I'm very happy to meet you, at least this way. And before we finish, Martina, one more question.
Oh, yes.
If there is anything that I forgot to ask you or anything you would like to leave the audience with before we finish?
What you didn't ask me, I think you covered pretty much everything. You didn't ask me.
Or something that you would like to leave, or final message or anything? Maybe not. Just
final message.
Given the opportunity.
Please, guys, be kind to each other. And the future is in your hands. If you keep waiting the doors to be open to you, you can easily just sit and cry, because people are not going to show up for you just because you have a pretty eyes. I tried, it doesn't work. No, I didn't try, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Test it.
No, I'm joking. So it's very easy, it's very simple, it's not a rocket science, anyone can do it. But this is what I know to say, LinkedIn doesn't come with a manual when you sign up. They don't show you that psychology behind the scene, how you can create trust, how you could connect before connecting. You don't need to even send CVs anymore. You're going to become an obvious choice. People are going to reach out to you. Everything of that is possible to create in no time. And I know to say people, even for those who are transiting to the UAE, with those people I work the most now, I know to tell them, bear in mind that you will need 2 to 3 months to create that visibility. You can't come and thinking in 2 days it's going to happen something.
But when tomorrow.
But when you think, you probably spend 2-3 months for applying with CVs and nothing happened, maybe even more. So it doesn't cost you anything. Keep sending the CVs if you want, but keep building your profile, because that CV is just one small part of you, 1-2 pages, that's it. Imagine what is unused space on LinkedIn where you can leave your footprints. So don't waste that precious real estate that you have.
I agree. Great message to finish with. Don't overthink it. You can start anytime and have fun along their journey.
Have fun, yes. Have fun.
That's the most important, I think. So, Martin, I want to say, of course, big thank you, not only for your time, but it was also great to meet you. Genuinely enjoyed the conversation. So thank you very much. I will keep following and supporting, and I will be wishing you all the best in the future. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, everyone who watched us. I really appreciate you guys, and you got this. Just don't give up. Don't give up on the first hiccup. That's it. Just you got this. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for listening to Produced by with Tomen. Check the show notes for all the links, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your feedback. Speak soon.